set? We're okay? Okay. Well, I want to say welcome to everyone to the 89th annual meeting of Connexus Energy. I'm Fran Bator, and I currently serve as the chair of the board of directors. So at this time, I will call the meeting to order. The meeting purpose is to present our business reports, to announce our 2026 election results, and to answer any questions that our members might have today. So when we begin every board meeting, we have a safety moment. So I would just like to take a moment to point out some emergency exits and some other housekeeping items. So if you're in need of a restroom, they're located behind you, just outside the door that you entered when you came into this room. In the event that we have an emergency evacuation, please exit through these large doors to my right, or you may also go back through the doors that you came in, which is behind you. If we need to take shelter, please proceed to the restrooms or follow our Connexus Energy team members. They're all wearing blue t-shirts, and they will get you to a shelter within the building for safety. I will now designate Sara McGrane from Fell Harbor Larson as parliamentarian and Krista Benjamin as our recording secretary. Our board of directors are present today, and I would ask that they would stand when their names are called. In District 1, we have Mark Ethen and Sam Valella. In District 2, we have Rick Bradstad and Mike Tews. District 3, Shelley Peterson and myself, Fran Bator. And in District 4, we have Joe Greenis and Angie Ronayne. We also have 5 director candidates for this election, and I would like to introduce them and also have them stand when their names are called. In District 1, we have Kathleen Engelke, Sam Valella. And in District 2, we have John Donner and Mike Tews. And in District 3, we have Shelley Peterson. So I want to welcome our members who are present here today and also our members who are joining us virtually. I'd also like to recognize a few special guests that we have. They're business partners with us. First is Allison Dealstra and Amanda Seeger. If you would please stand wherever you are, thank you. They are both regional vice presidents at our National Rural Utilities Cooperative Finance Corporation. I always tease them, they're the ones with the money. We also have, I believe, Mark Hansen. There he is in the back. He is the general manager at Elk River Municipal Utilities. And we have Richard Schwartz. See here? He is with the Princeton Public Utilities Commission. I don't believe we thought Peter Wojciechowski, a former board chair, was going to be here, but I have not seen him. So thank you very much for taking time to attend the 2026 annual meeting. The cooperative bylaws state 50 members present in person or by another approved electronic means shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business at all meetings of the members. In determining a quorum at our meeting on a question submitted to a vote by mail, members present in person or represented by mail vote shall be counted. Therefore, as described, We received a report from our independent tabulation firm of survey and ballot systems, and we do have over 50 members voting, so I do declare that we have a quorum for this meeting. Part of our meeting, we want to hear from our members today, so I would invite virtual members, if you have a question, to please submit the questions regarding our reports through the link in the event description under the video. And members who are present here in person, I would invite you to fill out a yellow question card, which was at your seat when you sat down, and we will collect those cards a little bit later, and then at the conclusion of my remarks, all the cards will be gathered together. We will combine some light questions so that we can answer more questions in the time that is allotted today. So now on to our agenda items. Please join me in welcoming our Chief Financial Officer, Jean-Paul Martinez, to present the 2025 financial report.
Thank you, Fran. Good afternoon. I'm Jean-Paul Martinez, Chief Financial Officer here at Connexus. So today I'm going to provide a financial update of the 2025 results, ensure how Connexus continues to maintain a strong financial position while focusing on affordability, reliability, and long-term value for our member owners. Let me begin with growth and member activity. At year end, we had 149,642 member services in place, reflecting the continued size and strength of our system. As the chart illustrates, we continue to show growth and build on services. 91% of our members are residential, 8% commercial, and 1% other. Recently, we celebrated the 150,000 active services in place, a significant milestone for Connexus. In 2025, Connexus recorded $273 million in revenue from electric sales, which was 3% above our budget and higher than the prior year. The chart to the left illustrates the revenue growth over the past several years. As you can see, 68% of our revenue comes from residential members, 30% commercial, and 2% other. This level of sales matters because it helps to support the fixed costs of operating and maintaining the system across our service territory. It also reflects our continued demand for both residential and commercial services. The graph in the middle of the slide represents the uses of revenue. We use the kilowatt-hour sales and revenues that we generate during the year to cover the power costs and operating expenses. Talking about power costs, those remain our single largest use of revenue. Total cost of power was $190 million for the year and represents about 70% of the use of our revenue, a significant portion of our cost. Power costs were above budget and prior year during the year and due to higher purchases and elevated market prices. The power cost per megawatt hour purchase rate of 86.57 you see on the right-hand side, it reflects 2025, and it was lower than the one reflected in 2022. This is a great achievement, mainly attributed to a favorable customer power supply contract, a diversified generation portfolio, and the execution of successful energy procurement strategies. Now to operating expenses. There were $80 million for the year, which was favorable to our plan. That disciplined cost control helped offset a year with continued investment needs and operating pressures. We continue to face headwinds due to higher costs and labor increases over the past 5 years. Another way we work to control costs for members is by pursuing outside funding opportunities. These opportunities can be in capital investments or system improvements. They include federal and state grant programs. Just recently, Connexus received $250,000 from the state of Minnesota Grid Resilience Grant to strengthen security at several of our substations. Together, these grants help improve reliability and protect critical infrastructure while keeping costs as low as possible for the benefit of our members. In 2025, net margin was $10.6 million, higher than the budget of $7.4, and consistent with the net margin reported in 2024. Earlier this year, the Connexus Board of Directors approved the allocation of the full 2025 net margins to patron accounts. A key part of Connexus' story is returning value to our members. Last year, Connexus returned $7.8 million of cash back to our members. Cashback credits are reflected on member accounts on the August electric bill. Be on the lookout for those credits later on this year. Connexus ended 2025 with a strong balance sheet. Total assets were about $508 million, up $14 million versus the prior year. Utility plan is our largest asset. Investments in utility plan reflect continued investment in infrastructure to support reliability and future system growth. Total equity was about $229 million, up $3 million versus the prior year. The equity ratio was 45.1% of total assets, which remains a strong indicator of financial strength and stability. In closing, Connexus remains financially strong. We ended the year in a solid equity position, continue to make investments in our electric system, and meaningful value return to our members. Just as importantly, we remain focused on balancing the affordability today with reliability and financial strength for the future. Thank you for your continued trust in Connexus Energy. It is our privilege to serve you as our member owners. Now I'm pleased to turn the meeting over to our President and CEO, Brian Burandt, for the business report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan Paul, and thank you everyone that's here today. We moved into this building in 1997, and ever since then, every annual meeting except for COVID has been in our community room. But we've simply outgrown that space. It's just great to have everyone in the same room. We especially enjoy seeing so many students here to learn how an electric cooperative operates and the careers we offer. At Connexus Energy, our primary goal is to deliver reliable, affordable power to you, our members. That's why this annual meeting theme is reliable by design. You expect reliability, and Connexus employees work hard every day to deliver it. The photo on the cover of our annual review, our line workers standing with their trucks, shows some of the people who make reliability possible. Their work, along with the efforts of our designers, engineers, system operators, and many others, help maintain a system that spans more than 9,700 miles of line, 43 substations, and serves 150,000 members. Connexus is the largest member-owned distribution cooperative in the state and the 15th largest in the nation. Maintaining a system of this size takes careful planning and smart investments. We also work hard to control costs. About 70% of our expenses are power supply, so we focus on managing those costs while continuing to invest in reliability. That includes projects like converting older backyard power lines to underground service. Moving these lines to more accessible and protected locations improves reliability, makes repairs safer and faster for our crews, and helps reduce outage times. We are also expanding smart grid technology across our system. This technology can automatically detect outages, isolate the problem, and restore power to many members within seconds. We used this technology last summer in the Blaine and Coon Rapids area to quickly restore power for thousands of members, and Jared will share that story in just a moment. Earlier this year, we also improved how we communicate with members by launching a new text message number, 64256. By opting in, you can receive important text and email updates about outages, restoration times, programs, and services. Just sign into your online account to update your communication preferences. We are also finding new ways to control costs while we strengthen the system. One example is the battery storage system at our Vadnais Heights substation, which went into service last May. The project increased the capacity of the substation and allowed us to avoid installing a larger transformer. That design saved money for members while improving reliability. We began construction last month on the Ramsey No. 2 renewable station, a 4-megawatt solar project located on the closed Anoka Ramsey landfill near our campus. The project is expected to be in service later this year and will provide additional locally generated energy for members. We also invest in preventative maintenance and replace aging equipment before it fails. We trim trees, test poles, and inspect meters, lines, transformers, substations, all on a regular basis. All these efforts serve the same purpose: delivering reliable service while managing costs responsibly. We know members pay close attention to their electric bills, and we do too. Our team works hard to find efficiencies and innovative solutions that keep costs down while maintaining the high reliability you expect. Because reliability isn't just about equipment, it's about trust. It's trusting the lights will come on when you flip the switch, your business can operate without interruption, and your cooperative is planning responsibly for the future. That's what reliable by design means to us. Now I'd like to introduce Jared Newton, our Vice President of Electric Operations. Jared leads the teams responsible for operating and maintaining our electric system, and he'll share a real-world example of how smart grid technology is improving reliability for our members. Thank you for being a part of Connexus Energy and for being here today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jared Newton, Vice President of Electric Operations here at Connexus Energy. Our theme today is reliable by design. That means reliability is built into how we plan, construct, and operate our electric grid. For years, Connexus has ranked in the top 5% for reliability nationwide, but we know that experience doesn't always feel the same to our members when they're out. That's why we've been implementing an advanced distribution management system. It's the foundation of a modern, self-healing grid. As part of that work, we're installing smart equipment across the system. This technology allows system operators to remotely reconfigure the grid and restore power quickly and safely, often without sending crews to your substation or to your transformer. And this isn't a future concept. As Brian said, we've already used these tools during real outages. Let me walk through one example. Last June 4th, we experienced an outage at our Spring Lake Park substation. Spring Lake Park substation serves about 6,500 members in both Blaine and Coon Rapids. Our 43 substations are interconnected, meaning neighborhood substations can support each other during an outage. In this zoomed-in map of our substations, Johnsville, Airport, and Village 10 substations are able to provide power and redirect it to Spring Lake Park substation, reducing the number of members impacted and shortening the outage. Now this map shows the 7 circuits normally served by the Spring Lake Park substation. They're color-coded. Some of those circuits already had smart equipment installed. During the outage, circuits 3, 5, 6, and 7, highlighted in yellow in the chart, were restored remotely by the system operators that many of you saw as you walked in today. Using smart equipment, they restored power to 3,280 members, which is about half of the total effective members. This remote restoration was completed in just 18 minutes. Circuits 1, 2, and 4 did not yet have this smart equipment installed, and so our crews had to restore these areas manually, and that took just over 90 minutes. This is a great example of how smart grid technology is improving the member experience, reducing a widespread outage from more than 90 minutes to less than 20 minutes. This was a milestone moment for us, and we're continuing to improve. We've launched a project called FLIZR, which stands for Fault Location, Isolation, and Service Restoration. This tool will automate more of the restoration process and help shorten outages like these even further, with a goal of having power restored in less than 5 minutes. We're continuing to expand smart equipment installation across the system so that more members are able to take advantage and benefit from remote restoration. This is what reliable by design looks like to us, a smarter, more resilient grid focused on you. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome Chair Bator back to the podium for her report.
Thank you, Jared. We appreciate your remarks, and we also appreciate your leadership. So as a reminder, if you have questions, we will be collecting your question cards right after my report. Does anybody want to write a question but need a pen? Raise your hand if you need a pen. It's hard to see with the sun.
I don't see any hands.
You don't? Okay. So as a member-owned cooperative, this meeting is one of the most important moments of our year. It's an opportunity to connect with you, to share how your cooperative performed over the past year, and to show our continued commitment to serving you. Reliable power requires thoughtful planning, responsible financial decisions, and long-term investments. Those investments support the electric system that powers your homes, your businesses, and your communities. Your board of directors takes that responsibility seriously. We are focused on maintaining reliable service while keeping electricity as affordable as possible, and at the same time meeting Minnesota's carbon-free requirements. For several years, Conexus held rates steady or had a rate increase of less than 4.5%. That stability allowed us to focus resources on strengthening our system and investing in infrastructure that helps prevent outages and maintains dependable service. We know affordability also matters to our members. Every decision we make considers both reliability and the long-term financial health of the cooperative. That includes supporting investments in infrastructure, carefully managing power supply costs, and pursuing innovative solutions that improve service while controlling expenses. Earlier this year, your board of directors and the Conexus leadership team completed a 3-year strategic plan that guides our priorities and investments. Today's changing environment requires us to carefully manage financial, technology, and safety risks. And our strategic plan includes a good game plan for that. If you would like to, you can read our strategic plan on our website. Your cooperative continues to return value directly to our members. As Jan Paul shared, Conexus returned $7.8 million in cash back last year. That reflected the strength of our cooperative and our commitment to operating responsibly. Beyond reliability and affordability, we remain deeply connected to the different communities that we serve. Through the Connexus Energy Foundation, more than $377,000 was donated last year to local nonprofit organizations, scholarships, and community programs. These efforts reflect the cooperative difference. We have local leadership, local investment, and decisions made with our members in mind. On behalf of the entire Board of Directors, thank you for the trust that you place in us to guide your cooperative. Please let us know your questions or concerns. There is a contact us form at connexusenergy.com, or you can chat with us at the end of this meeting. We are proud to serve you, and we remain committed to ensuring that Connexus continues to be reliable by design for years to come. Count on us to deliver the reliable, affordable service that you expect. That completes our 2025 reports. I want to thank you for your attention and your engagement. Now, we would love to hear from you. So before we begin, I want to introduce the Connexus Energy Executive Team, and I ask them to please stand as their name is called. First up, we have Raquel Burke. She is the Vice President of Members and Sales and everything else. Then we have Teresa Hogman, who is Vice President of Power Supply and Business Development. I think I said Teresa, it's Tessa. I apologize. Then we have Mike McDonald. He is Vice President of Technology. Jan Paul Martinez is Chief Financial Officer. Jared Newton, Vice President of Electric Operations. And Jen Tyson, Vice President, Employee Services. They will now be collecting your cards, and they will also be available after the meeting for you to visit with and answer any other questions that you might have. So if you have a question on one of your yellow cards, would you please just hold it up and they will come and collect it. Are there any other cards, questions you would like us to address? I think we have them all. So now, Sara McGrane has received the election results from our survey and ballot systems and will announce the results now.
Thank you, Fran. There are 3 Board of Directors seats on this year's ballot. Each are 3-year terms and are in Districts 1, 2, and 3. And in accordance with the cooperative's bylaws, the voting is at large, meaning that all of you are eligible and welcome to vote in each of the districts. The bylaws state that the candidate receiving the most votes will be elected today and begin their term immediately. And in the case of a tie, the bylaws state that it will be decided by a flip of a coin. Survey and Ballot Systems, the cooperative's independent tabulation firm, sent their verified results of the election through a secure portal, and the results are provided as follows. There were 135,552 eligible voters. There were 7,471 returns total, so the percentage of voters who voted was 5.51%. First, in District 1, Sam Vieja received 4,500 votes. Kathleen Enkelecki received 2,900 votes. Sam is the winner with 60.8% of the vote. In District 2, Michael Tews received 4,976 votes. John Donner received 2,411 votes. So Michael Tews is the winner with 67.4%. And in District 3, Shelley Peterson ran unopposed. She received 7,127 votes for 100% of the vote. And we would like to say congratulations to the winners and a huge thank you to those who ran. It is what makes our cooperative successful, by people being interested to serve. Mark Ethen, the Cooperative Energy's Vice Chair of the Board, will now announce the winners and prizes for the attendance scholarship.
Thank you, Sara, and good evening. And my name is Mark Ethen. I am the Vice Chair, and I represent Connexus District Number 1. Hope you enjoyed today's open house, touring the Heritage Center, peeking into the system operations area, reflecting on the cooperative's commitment to safety, exploring the career energy options that are out there, checking out the bucket trucks and the equipment, and learning about electrical safety. It was an honor to welcome you to your experience of your electric cooperative. Survey and Ballot Systems has drawn the voting incentive winners for the $25 bill credits and gift baskets. We previously announced 10 of those $25 winners and announced those through Facebook during the course of the last couple days. The remaining 5 winners of the bill credits are as follows. Let's see, we have Christopher M., we have Nick T., Donald R., Randy D., and Rebecca F. So obviously for some confidentiality pieces of it, we kind of hold the last names there. So winning members of the gift baskets will be notified, and arrangements will be made to receive their prizes. The winners of the gift baskets are Michael Parrish, Tamara Malt, and Cheryl Hackenleibel. I think I did that one right. Sorry if I missed it. Each year, Connexus Energy Foundation donates $60,000 in scholarships to high schools across the service territory and provide additional scholarships funds for local community and technical colleges to support educational aspirations of our young people. Thank you to the foundation for sponsoring the 2026 annual meeting scholarship giveaway of 5 $1,000 scholarships. And we're going to draw those here right in front of you, is my understanding. So we have our lovely assistant here today. All right. And the first one is Olivia Bowers? Congratulations. Nathan Fruch, is that right? Congratulations. Brockton Labor. Oh, congratulations. Let's see, Karen Tucker-Brad, is that right? Congratulations. McKenna Morrell is the last one. All right, there we go. Congratulations to you. So the scholarship winners, if you can please have you stand collectively for a minute here. And then we're going to want you to meet us over by the line equipment after we adjourn the meeting for some photo opportunities with I think, is it Stacy and I think Casey are going to be doing that over there for you. So congratulations on behalf of the entire board of directors, and best luck with your future endeavors, you graduates this year. So now I'm going to turn the meeting back over to Brian Burandt, and he'll go through some questions and answers.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you for all the questions that came. The first one's around data centers and high demand and what we're going to do to protect existing members from rate inflation due to data centers. This is a topic going across the country. We don't have any data centers today. The basic philosophy is to hold existing members harmless. You all have helped paid for our legacy portfolio of Connexus resources. A new data center driving demand would pay incremental cost, and it would be separated from the existing membership, so they'd be paying full market. While those of us who've been members, some up to 89 years perhaps, would enjoy the benefits of the legacy resources, but we would do everything possible to hold harmless to the risk of a new data center to the existing membership. Which power plants give power to Connexus Energy? There's not one specific power plant. All of our power comes from the market. MISO, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, the dispatched resources. Well, we have participation in resources in the Dakotas and in Minnesota, and additionally we have local solar. By the end of the year, 3% of our power supply will be local distribution interconnected solar within our Connexus footprint. Why can't a spouse who also pays the electric bill be a member of Connexus? You can. Joint ownership is an account is possible. You just need to call our member service department to 763-323-2650, and you can get a joint membership. Will we ever be able to use nuclear power in Minnesota? Minnesota is the only state in the country that has a moratorium against building nuclear. Connexus is part of the Nuclear Alliance trying to lift that moratorium. Nuclear is the only carbon-free baseload resource. Minnesota has 100% carbon-free by 2040. It's the most aggressive carbon-free, and nuclear needs to be part of that mix to meet the needs of carbon-free. So not today, but hopefully this gets lifted in the near future. Will rationing be implemented when and after carbon neutral is reached? That's TBD, but MISO, their job is to ensure reliability, and if there's a shortage of power, that is a possible, the rationing or rolling blackouts. What % of the grid has smart technology today? Is transitioning to smart tech a significant cost over having outages repaired to line crews? And what is the ROI on switching to smart technology? So today, roughly 25% has smart grid. We have a strategic plan to implement the rest of our system by 2028. Cost savings, yes, there is cost savings, but as part of that strategic plan last year, we went out and surveyed the membership. Remember, we operate in the member's best interest. The number one thing that comes back is reliability, quickly followed by affordability. So we're being intentional as we deploy smart grid technologies to stay within a reasonable bandwidth as far as taking on new debt. But it's the number one thing people want is reliability. And to really shorten those times that we shared some examples here, we're just getting started. We don't have an ROI number here. Please discuss plug and play balcony solar. When can we hook these up? You can do it today, as long as it's UL listed and you follow the interconnection guidelines. Discuss vehicle to grid. When can my F-150 and Lightning start help reducing peaks? You can do it today. We have members who have battery storage. We have a time of use rate. People who have those battery storage devices in their basement typically switch to the peak period rates, time of use, and they draw power from their batteries instead of purchasing power over Connexus peak period. So it's not a push from us, it's a voluntary response to the rate we offer, but you can do it today. And then no data centers yet, but could see in future. And I'm not seeing a question there, but that completes the questions I have. As Fran stated, the vice presidents will be here to answer any additional questions. Thank you for coming today and have a great day.
So I want to congratulate the directors who were newly elected, Mike and Sam and Shelley. Look forward to working with you together. please remember, directors, that we have the organization meeting directly following this. For those who didn't get to see the safety demonstration before our meeting start, they will be doing that demonstration over here to my right, and they'll start that at exactly 5:15. Please, when you leave, go through the same doors that you came in, and staff will be there to help you if you lose your way. That concludes our agenda, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn in a second. Motion? Second? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope to see you all next year. Thank you.